Greetings, everyone. My name is Safira Paramita Mustamsir, and I am a student from Binus Online studying computer science. And today I will be presenting AI in bioinformatics, protein identification for drug discovery in Alzheimer's disease. The expected outcome from this presentation is one, to understand AI and bioinformatics. The second, to understand Alzheimer's disease. Third, to learn AI and bioinformatics breakthrough in drug discovery of Alzheimer's disease. And the last is to share awareness on Alzheimer's disease in Indonesia. Artificial intelligence, or known as AI, has become one of the most powerful and advanced tools in numerous sectors, including the healthcare system. It has reshaped the architecture, practice, and governance of healthcare system in general. Now, bioinformatics has a crucial role in bridging between computational analysis and biology, the combination between computer science, statistics, and biology. It has a crucial role in providing patterns and insights from complex datasets and extract meaningful knowledge. And the rise of AI itself has created revolutionized biological research approaches bioinformatics, helping to find solutions to complex problems from various fields. Now on to Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease refers to the most prevalent type of dementia, accounting at least two-thirds of cases in individuals aged 65 and older. Alzheimer's accounts for 60 to 80% of dementia cases, and it can affect people under 65, which is referred as younger onset Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's itself is a process where protein accumulation in the brain takes the form of amyloid plaques, which will be later explained. And for now, there is no cure of Alzheimer's, but there have been treatments that may alleviate and manage some of its symptoms, which are known as the treatments donanemab and lecanemab. And this is demonstrated by removing beta amyloid, one of the proteins or the hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease, which reduces cognitive and functional decline in people living with early Alzheimer's. In recent years, there have been advanced developments to moderate the progression of Alzheimer's, specifically with new disease biomarkers discovery. There are 26.9 million Alzheimer's sufferers in the Asia Pacific region, while there are 1.2 million people in Indonesia suffering from this disease. This has prompted one of the organizations in Indonesia known as Alzheimer's Indonesia or ALSI to continue its efforts to help those with Alzheimer's in Indonesia. Alzheimer's itself is often overlooked because of social stigma, such as memory loss being known as the natural part of aging, when in fact, Alzheimer is more than just occasional memory loss. It's a disease that causes brain cells to malfunction and ultimately die. When this happens, not only people forget a lot of things, but they also can show behavioral changes. Recently, Alzheimer's Indonesia or ALSI has also stated that there has been continuous and rapid rise of elderly population in Indonesia, which does also trigger the increasing number of Alzheimer's disease in Indonesia. It is predicted that there will be an increase of 2 million people in 2030 with Alzheimer's and 4 million in 2050. While there have been several studies exploring protein identification in Alzheimer's using non-AI methods, as well as AI-driven diagnosis, there have been limited studies focusing specifically on AI-driven drug discovery in Indonesia. With the rise of AI in bioinformatics, the discovery of medication for Alzheimer's disease in Indonesia can be explored further, not only to help people living with Alzheimer's disease, but also as a first step toward greater awareness of the disease itself. Next, what causes Alzheimer's? So Alzheimer's disease is caused by amyloid beta proteins buildups around and inside the brain cells. These proteins can be dangerous because they clump up together and form oligomers, which later cause bulky amyloid plaques that can damage neurons and trigger the production of abnormal tau. Until now, it has been very difficult and challenging to find medications for Alzheimer's disease. Recently, it is also found that while the current treatments indicate they could slow the pace of cognitive decline, it is not enough to make a meaningful difference to the patients. This is where AI and bioinformatics can make a breakthrough. A review of 2 decades of clinical trials found that of the drug candidates tested between 2004 and 2021, only 2% of Alzheimer's treatments successfully made it through the development. The same researchers offered a possible breakthrough as well, which is to combine biological data with AI-driven model to understand the disease and thus identify promising drug targets before committing to expensive trials. The next is I will introduce you to AlphaFold. But first, for decades, there have been methods developed to reveal protein structure, from X-ray crystallography, nuclear magnetic resonance, or electron cryomicroscopy. But the processes are very complex. It's expensive and could take years for a single protein. Google DeepMind's developed AlphaFold, a machine learning that can predict a protein's 3D structure directly from its amino acid sequence, which improves efficiency and achieves faster predictions with fewer resources. As you can see, this discovery offered scientists a much better understanding of proteins like amyloid beta, as you can see in this picture, to find a better and a more accurate solution to approach Alzheimer's disease. In fact, this research has been done in 2024, where researchers developed AI-driven protein structure pipeline prediction with statistical inference to identify causal protein biomarkers associated with Alzheimer's disease. These researchers using AlphaFold 3, where they identify these proteins and also analyze how genetic mutations can change the 3D shapes of the proteins. 7 proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease were identified, where some of them have been targeted by drugs for different diseases, such as leukemia and some certain cancers. This makes it possible for scientists to repurpose existing drugs for the treatment of Alzheimer's disease rather than starting drug research from zero. And this is the real promise of AI in bioinformatics. It does not replace the hard work of drug discovery, but it also makes it faster, sharper, more targeted than ever before. This AI in bioinformatics is very potential to be implemented in Indonesia to for researchers to find the medication or the possible cure for Alzheimer's disease. And thus can also create awareness for a lot of Indonesians. In Indonesia, Alzheimer's disease is still frequently mistaken for ordinary forgetfulness, a normal part of aging rather than a medical condition. Alzheimer's Indonesia, ALSI, is one of the organizations dedicated to working to change this, providing their predictions on Alzheimer's in Indonesia. Yet majority of people still lack access to services that could help them recognize the disease early. And here, AI-driven tools can offer a possible solution, transforming drug discovery from identifying proteins, understanding their structures in hopes to find new treatments. Of course, AI won't cure Alzheimer's on its own. Education and awareness remains important to share as a step forward for Indonesians to understand the disease. These are the references that from the presentation. Thank you for watching, and I hope that everyone can be more aware of Alzheimer's disease and the possibility, the potentials that AI and bioinformatics can have in drug discovery for Alzheimer's, specifically in Indonesia.